Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday night live LifeVantage webinar broadcasting from Jacksonville, Florida. My name is Gabe Pearson, and I am extremely excited for all of you to be on tonight. We've got some incredible information that we want to share. If you're brand spanking new to LifeVantage, congratulations and welcome for an incredible journey that you're about to partake. If you're a guest, man, I tell you what, you're going to be totally excited. My guest and myself, our goal tonight is to be so exciting you're not going to be able to fall asleep tonight. How's that? A little bit about myself. I am celebrating my 10 years with LifeVantage. I enrolled on the 31st of August 2009, so it's been an incredible journey. Spent 30 years in the fitness business, starting out in health clubs as a health club instructor, making $2.13 an hour. Worked my way up and owned 3 large gyms for 20 years. And you know what? I didn't have a frontal lobe, when I was operating those gyms. I was young. Even though I owned those 3 gyms, I was still building somebody else's dream. I didn't own the property that the gyms were on, didn't own the leasing company, didn't own the finance company, and really just got tired of creating millionaires. We got hit hard financially in 2009. We owned a wellness company, and a complete stranger, I got a phone call to go up to Atlanta, Georgia, and I went up there to try to retool my business. We lost 3 6-figure contracts in 30 days, and it really brought us to our knees. So I went up to Atlanta to try to retool, and a complete stranger walks up to me and asks me if I've ever heard of a product called Protandem. And I'm telling you, folks, if there wasn't 8 to 10 people waiting in line to speak to me behind her, I probably would have turned around and walked away from her. Next thing came out of her mouth was, would I be willing to watch a 9-minute video on an ABC primetime news piece? That was my hook. I actually said this sarcastically to her. I go, you mean to tell me that ABC News, they actually did a positive spin on a dietary supplement? Let me see it. The rest is history. Got the product validated. I did some work with the Mayo Clinic, and when those doctors checked the box off for me, that's all it took. I was able to walk away from a 30-year career in 22 months. And that was 8 years ago. So it's been an incredible journey. I'm really excited for all of you to learn tonight about a new paradigm in health called nutrigenomics. When I started with the company, it was, really the activation, actually before that was oxidative stress. Today it's nutrigenomics. It's the activation of pathways. It's biohacking the aging code. So I couldn't have a more prepared, incredible guest to be able to walk all of you through what all that means. What is oxidative stress? The activation of pathways. What are you talking about? What do you mean biohacking the aging code? My guest tonight, she's an incredible woman. First and foremost, she is a wife. She is a mother of 2 incredible girls. I've had the privilege to spend, the last year working side by side with her. She was actually a customer with this product for a couple of years and decided, to jump on board. She has been practicing as a physician assistant for about 28 years. She works full-time as a pediatric adolescent PA. She's also internationally board certified lactation consultant. And she is really taken off on this business. She is what's called an elite Pro 7. Simply means her business is doing over $1 million a year now. And I want to welcome Elite Pro 7, Deb Zito. Deb, how are you?
Hey, Gabe. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'll tell you what, I've been doing, we've been doing these replays for the last couple of months and going back live, man. I got to get my A game back.
Hey, I feel honored that you asked me to be the first one to come back.
Well, I couldn't think of a better person, and I want you somehow, some way, when you're sharing this incredible experience, and I know you're going to start off with the products, but don't forget to share your Ireland trip experience with everybody. Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my goodness. I saw your pictures, on social media, and it looked like our team was having an incredible time. And it looked like it was one I shouldn't have missed.
We missed you for sure. And you know what? I want to start off by saying congratulations, Gabe, 10 years. That means so much to me. Someone that is new in the company, new in this whole business, to see you, who's an incredible mentor to me, but 10 years says a lot to me. That's commitment, perseverance. That tells me that you not only love these products, but you love the people, you love the company. And also, happy birthday.
Thank you. How about that?
You're welcome. I'm excited to be on here tonight because it gets me to doing a couple things, that I love to do, which is talk about health education, of course. Being in pediatrics, that's my passion. I love my kids. I love my families. I love educating. And another favorite thing, I got to talk to you. I got to show you something, though. Coming back from Ireland, I got this really cool.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, but guess what else I brought back from Ireland?
What's that?
6 pounds.
I bet it was the best 6 pounds you've ever brought.
Oh my gosh, that's the best. Gabe, I ate things that I never eat. I mean, I sat down, I had fish and chips, and I ate all the yummy food. So I'm paying for it this week. I'm going to use my nutrigenomics. You guys, that's a big word that Gabe used, and you know what that is? That is nutrition that will help you heal. That's what all of these products are, okay? It's nutrition for your body. It's nutrition for your cells, all the way down to the bottom. I mean, your skin, your hair. I use every one of our products, and my entire family does. I'm their best customer. Are you kidding me? I know. I mean, they call me up. I call them up, and they go, hey, Debbie, what can we get you today? I love it. And if you guys will learn anything about me tonight, I'm passionate. I love so much what I get involved in. So anyway, thank you for having me here tonight. I'm excited to share.
Well, I tell you what, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your success. I'm excited for your team's success. So what I'm going to do is, why don't you go ahead and set up your PowerPoint, and I'll turn my camera off and just kind of walk everyone through, these category creating products that every household in this country is going to know about in a short few years.
You know what? Thank you so much. So I had the incredible opportunity at our last LifeVantage Elite Academy to do a presentation on our science panel. And I thought about before presenting, and I thought, this past year that I've been involved, really diving into the science, I wanted to make it simple. Our bodies are super complicated systems, aren't they, Gabe? They're incredible machines, and they have all these intricate pathways. And so I wanted to make it simple. So, and I tailor these slides actually after you, Gabe, because I love listening to you because you make it super simple. When we talk about our health, we want more good guys in our body, right? We want more good guys than bad guys. So that's how I tailor these slides. So I hope they're helpful for everybody, tonight. So let's talk a little bit. Can you see that slide now on the Vitality Stack? Okay, awesome. So Gabe mentioned, that we're going to talk about some of the products tonight. I'd love to focus on the Vitality Stack because this is an incredible award-winning product. I've had the incredible opportunity, along with all of my family and even our dog, and to take these products. So they're pretty incredible. In 2018, we won a very, very impressive award called the Bronze Stevie Award. It's an international business award. And this was a brand new category forming product, you guys. So it's pretty impressive. It won the best new product service of the year in health and pharmaceutical categories. There were like 3,900 entries in 74 countries. So this is pretty impressive. So the Vitality Stack is what we call the core four. So let's talk about our life. We want our life in balance. We want our families in balance. We want our health in balance. Think about a table. A table has 4 legs to be in balance, right? Well, the Vitality Stack addresses 4 core pillars of health. Gabe talked about these products being cellular activators. You guys, there are no other companies in the world that do what LifeVantage does. We have amazing cellular activators, and we have a brand new one that's coming out in October. I'm super, super excited about it. So I want to talk about these core 4. The first one addresses our cellular health and helping our cells repair. The second one talks about cellular energy. The third, brain health, and the fourth, gut health. So again, these are our core 4. So Gabe said a big word, oxidative stress, and I remember, Gabe, the first time I heard this, I thought, oh, I don't know, that sounds, you know, it's a scary word, you know, oxidative stress. Nobody wants stress in our life, but guess what, you guys? Our bodies are experiencing oxidative stress 24/7. So if you are breathing, which we are all breathing, we want to keep doing that, your body is oxidizing or making waste 24/7. Your body breathes in oxygen, it makes waste. Well, the more you breathe, the more waste you make. The more exercise you do, the more waste you make. The more you're exposed to toxic things in your environment, you are exposed to those toxins, you're making more toxins, okay? So our body's under attack really 24/7. So think about when you're breathing oxygen and you're making the waste. Let's think about other things. Let's think about when you put metal outside, what does oxygen do to metal? Well, it causes rusting, right? Let's think about slicing an apple and putting an apple on the counter. What does oxygen do to the apple? It corrodes. You can see it brown literally within minutes. Well, guess what? As your body is breathing and making waste, or what we in medicine call free radicals, it is attacking our cells. So it's super important that we talk about this because we want to know how to protect our bodies. And we all have this, you guys. We all have oxidative stress. So when you cannot get rid of that waste fast enough with our body, that's called oxidative stress. And guess what? This big word, this oxidative stress, is really the root cause of aging and literally hundreds of diseases and illnesses. And our company doesn't make any claims to cure, treat, or mitigate any disease or illness. What our products are about are helping you be the best version of you. And I can tell you this personally. Like Gabe said, I started with this company just as a customer. I wanted to feel better. I didn't feel good. I had lack of energy and lack of focus, and I felt the effects of aging. I was getting nervous, you know, hitting this big milestone at 50. So I knew I had to do something about it. So oxidative stress, what does our company have to address that? Our LifeVantage Protandim NRF2 has been clinically proven to decrease oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. There's nothing else in the world like this. So let's go on and talk a little bit further. So every day our body is being hijacked by the toxins in our foods, by the chemicals in our air, just being out in the sun. I love being out in the sun. Every day I can't wait to leave work and get outside. I love it. Just illness. I'm exposed to that every day too. So all of those things are hijacking our body and affecting us at the cellular level. So we are constantly making more waste in our body. Now, how do we get rid of those? Well, we've all learned that nutrition is healing, right? And that's what I said about these products. This is nutrition for your cells. So normally we take in antioxidants in our diet. They're called direct antioxidants with things like kale and blueberries and vitamin C and vitamin E. Those are awesome direct antioxidants. So what they do when you take in one direct antioxidant, you get rid of one piece of trash or waste or what we call free radicals. That's pretty good. But guess what? That takes a lot of nutrition or direct antioxidant supplements to get rid of that. Okay? That's like your body's inflamed and it's on fire. When I do that with supplements, it's like taking a little Dixie cup of water and putting it on the fire. Well, that's just not going to work very well over time. So we here at LifeVantage, and like Gabe said, you know, we want to be biohacked. we want to figure out a way that we can activate our gene code and upregulate all these cool survival genes that we have. So we don't want to be hijacked, we want to be biohacked. Upregulate survival genes, and we do that with our NRF2 protandem. Again, this is the one that's clinically proven to decrease that bad stuff, that oxidative stress, by 40% in 30 days. And guess what, guys? It's nutrition. It's 5 herbs that synergistically work together. These herbs have been used for thousands and thousands of years. They've been studied. They're very helpful. But what we found at LifeVantage is that when we put them together, they're more effective. In fact, they're 18-fold, and in medicine, that means 1,800% more effective. We are the only company that has the patent on this synergy. So we want to make our own antioxidants, and that's what Protandim NRF2 does. It activates your cells to do that. We have incredible built-in enzymes that do that. And so that's what this product does. When I take my NRF2 every day, I am turning on the fire department. I'm making tons and tons and tons of antioxidants because I've turned on the system that does it. That does it in a 1,000,000-to-1 ratio. Rather than taking in your supplements, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, this is a 1,000,000-to-1. It's just amazing. So when your body is breaking down, it's rusting, basically like metal is outside. When we take this, we're combating the rusting of our cells. And as a mom and as a medical professional who takes care of children, I love this part. We're CGMP certified, and what that means very simply is this, that every single lot, not a skip lot, every single lot of products that come in LifeVantage are screened for heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. I mean, it's just so amazing to me. So that's the first leg of the table. We're keeping balance in our body. We're keeping balance in our life. That's Protandim NRF2 cellular activator. LifeVantage has a second cellular activator. It's the Protandim NRF1. NRF1 is another pathway in your body, and very simply, it does this. You look at all the cells of your body, you have 37 trillion cells, probably more than that, but that's what I know, 37 trillion cells. They are working hard every day, you guys, okay? They're helping your body. Inside every cell, there is the powerhouse of the cell that makes energy. That's your mighty mitochondria, okay? That's what we learned back in science a long time ago, your mighty mitochondria. It's making energy for your cells, okay? We want more of those. We want to protect our body by making more energy. And guess what? You need more energy to get rid of waste. So there's bad guys that come in, you know, just simple things like feeling yucky, your genetic coding, your lack of energy that you may have, and just normal aging. And yes, that big yucky word, oxidative stress. Those are bad guys that are attacking us and affecting your mitochondria. They are literally breaking down and dying off every day. And there are lots of other things that cause the breakdown of those mitochondria. So in comes our good guy. This is our second cellular activator, guys. It's Protandim NRF1. And what it does, it makes better, stronger mitochondria. We're providing our body with better structure and better function. So if you have more mitochondria, guess what? You have more energy. You get improved brain function, you get improved heart health, and it helps our NRF2 get rid of the waste. It is just like a fine old machine. So those are two of our cellular activators. We call them the 1-2 punch together because they work so well together. That's our dual synergizer. Okay, brain health. So brain health, we all want great healthy brains, right, Gabe? So I learned this recently. At the age of 45, our brain starts shrinking, okay? Actually by 11%. Well, being 50, I thought, oh gosh, okay, I don't need any more shrinkage. So I want to feed my body good fats because most of our brain is made of good fats. So LifeVantage has an amazing fish oil that's made of good fats, omega-3s, which are actually hard to get in our diet. And it has omega-7s too. Those are things my kids kind of say in their diet that are yucky. You know, certain fish and mackerel, all those things that they just don't like to consume. So I love giving them these omegas. And I want to tell you a little bit about these omegas. They are very rich in these good fats that we need. They're called DHAs and EPAs. And I also love this as a mom and a medical provider, that I know where these fish are coming from. Literally, you can trace them from boat to bottle, okay? So every single product, you can flip it over and look on there, and it'll give you a number, and you can actually trace where that came from. These are made from cold water fish, Nordic and Alaskan fish, which is very, very important, guys. Those are good protected fats. And if you're listening in, you can't see this, but I've got my Boss Baby on here that says something smells fishy. Okay. Well, you guys know this. If you've taken fish oils before, they taste yucky. Okay. You'll burp them up all day long. And what I know about that, what I've learned, is they taste yucky because they are oxidized. Oxygen has affected them. It affects the taste and the efficacy. So we know these are amazing. We know where they come from. They're a yummy taste. They're lemon lime. And being a lactation consultant and dealing with mommies and babies, these are so pure. I love it. I would literally even pop these open and put them in baby's milk. That's how good I feel about them. So no more fish burps. Our Omega Plus supports great brain health, great heart health. I love them. Okay. So that was the third base of the table. That's our third leg, which talked about brain health. So we've talked about 2 cellular activators. We've talked about brain health and how important it is. And let's talk about our gut. I could go on and on and on about our gut, because literally your gut is your second brain. People always like to say that you are what you eat. I like to say you feel what you eat. And in pediatrics, I see this all the time. Kids eat yucky foods. Guess what? They feel bad. I ate all that food. I came back with 6 pounds from Ireland. I really didn't feel good. And you know what? I felt that. So I love our probiotic, and I've used them for years. Honestly, I recommend them. When I prescribe antibiotics, I always prescribe probiotics because I want to have a healthy gut. Our gut biome is so important. And I call it our second brain because it talks to your brain. There are cool things in there called neurotransmitters. They're talking to your brain. That's probably why when you feel bad, eat bad, it's probably because those are talking to your brain, the things that you ate. So this is promoting a healthy gut biome. And what I love about our probiotics compared to most over-the-counter products is I know where they're going. They're going to get to your large intestine, through your bowel, where we need it the most. Only 4%, you guys, probably 4%, maybe a little less, get to where our body needs it in the gut. So 60 to 70% of it filters through the gut. It's a time release mechanism. It's released over 10 to 12 hours. So different parts of your GI system are getting the good bacteria that they need. And also it has wellmune in it, which enhances our immune system. So another plus in there. So that's the fourth pillar of health. So I call this my best meal of the day. On this picture is a picture of our Vitality Stack, and it includes the core 4 that I just talked about. We're talking about cellular activators here, okay? So the 2 that we talked about are NRF2, Protandim, and that's the one that's been clinically proven to decrease oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. This is our fire department. It's helping get the inflammation down and helping your body get rid of waste. The second one is our NRF1. This is increasing cellular energy, making better, stronger mitochondria. The third one that we talked about is the Omega Plus. The Omega Plus are amazing fish oils. And additionally, you guys, our company added vitamin D3. This is an amazing hormone that we need. It helps our body, absorb calcium. So it is super important. They added vitamin D3 in there, which is awesome. So, and the last one is the probiotic. This is for gut health. We want to feed the gut healthy things. So that is our core 4. That's our Vitality Stack. We have amazing products that I know Gabe will probably talk about. And again, I love all of them. will tell you this. Like I said, I am super passionate about what I share. I have 100% belief in the products, the company, and I definitely would never share with my family something that I didn't believe in 100%. So that's our Vitality Stack. Gabe, I'm going to stop the share for a minute and see if you had any questions, and we can talk a little bit more.
Well, I can listen to you all night long. You're such a great educator, and your vernacular keeps it really simple. I love it. I was taking down some notes, and what I want everyone to understand is how detrimental oxidative stress is to our body, and what these products do, or at least our NRF2 activator, it slows that damaging process down by 40%. And that's what really stuck out to me on what Deb was talking about. So oxidative stress is and I learned this from a doctor, is the main biochemical effect of aging. Think about that. It's the main effect of aging, and this product slows that down by 40%. And guess what the second main biochemical effect is? It's mitochondrial decline. And what Deb just educated all of us on tonight is that second activator, that NRF1, that's what that product does. So it's that 1-2 punch on those activators. And I'm so excited about what we're going to find out next month in Long Beach. There is another, we can call it a brother, sister, aunt, uncle, whatever, a third activator that LifeVantage will be rolling out. So I'm really excited about that. And then you have to understand how important that omega-3 and omega-7 is. And we don't have omega-6. And we get a lot of omega-6 in our diets, and that's what causes inflammation. And Deb hit it right on the nose. No fish burps. I mean, to me, I was sold right there, and then, absorbing 60% instead of 4%. I don't need to say anything else about our probiotic, so just a great job, Deb, just taking it one by one and sharing this information with everyone. Now, what I'm curious, I know I've heard this before, but I want everyone that's hearing you for the first time tonight, you have been with one of the top, doctors in St. Simon's Island. You've been with him for 28 years. Kind of help everyone to understand, why you chose this company. Why did you diversify a little bit? Why LifeVantage?
Well, I tell you what, I mentioned initially that I started taking these products a few years ago just on a personal journey for better health. And as I continued to take the products, I started feeling better. And I really wanted everybody that I loved and cared about to be on these products. So Dr. Goodman including, we've been practicing together for 18 years, and I love and care about him. He's one of my best friends. I was taking these products for about a month, and I thought, you know what? I have this calm that came over me. My focus was better. My energy was so much better, and I was sleeping so much better. I mean, Gabe, me, I'm a busy person, and I go. I'm late at night. Mike's literally in the other room going, go to bed. It's time to go to bed. I have so much energy, but I would wake up in the morning feeling really tired until I started these products and I felt better. So my sleep is so deep. So about a month into it, Dr. Goodman and I were talking, and I said, Dr. Goodman, I've been taking these pretty incredible products, and I've really started diving into the science, which I'd love to talk about that a little bit more. And I said, I think this is something you could benefit from. And so he started taking them and literally watching the transformation in him. When you love and care about people, you can see from the outside what is happening. And that's sort of how my journey started. I was feeling better and stronger. And you know what, Gabe? People that love and cared about me started seeing it, and they asked me about it. What are you taking, Debbie? You look good. I started losing weight. I started being a little bit more active, and, you know, I'd get out on my bike and people would see me do that, and they would ask me, and I said, well, you know what, this is an amazing nutraceutical company. You know, they're a global wellness company. I love it. I love the science behind the products. So I tell them about it. And we talked about network marketing. You know, being part of this amazing network marketing company, what I realized was this: I've been networking for 28 years in my practice. I network with people every day. I network with my families and my patients. I educate them. I share what I love. That's what networking is about. And so the more I got into it, the more I started understanding it and learning from my mentors like you, Gabe, and, you know, Dr. Sean. I just thought, wow, this is pretty amazing. And so it progressed, and doors started opening up. You know, I was seeing the difference in my family and friends. And oh gosh, it was about a year and a half into it, I went to my first LifeVantage event. That was probably a highlight that year, because I didn't know what to expect. I was going there to see my friend, and I had one of my best friends in Orlando, Florida. And I left that event just, my heart was full. I was inspired by the stories, the people. I thought, these are real people. The corporate staff, the presentations. I was just inspired. What a phenomenal company, Gabe, you've been a part of for 10 years. And so I came back, and I just felt motivated to share. That's how, what I can say. It's like God was like opening all these doors for me. And I can remember my husband Mike and I sitting down one night, and you know, I'm kind of a pros and cons person, and I'm writing the pros, cons down. And he looked at me and said, Debbie, what do you have to lose? You know, what do you have to lose? And I said, nothing. I've gained my health. I will lose nothing by sharing these with people. And so went my journey, and more doors opened up, and you've met my incredible team. What an awesome, I mean, heartfelt team. These people are great and gifted, Gabe. I mean, gifted. They are just, I mean, blooming everywhere. I don't do this business me. It is not a me. It is an everyone. It is Team LifeVantage, and that's what I love about the culture of this company. Everybody works together. I've honestly, you know, never been part of anything. It's like one big family. It's like I've got all these new friends, and, you know, I married an Italian, so I'm already part of a big family, but now LifeVantage, that's like, it's amazing.
You're right. I have seen your team, and you have a very highly educated team, and really top heavy, you know, on the medical side. And all of you, you know, take your credibility, you know, very serious. Can you just kind of help everyone understand, you know, what a peer-reviewed study is? You know, kind of talk about the validity side, and being able to back up, you know, what we're saying about our products.
Absolutely. So, you know, I was 100% belief in what it was doing for me. It was obvious. Okay. So when Mike and I were looking at these pros and cons, and I really felt led to share, it was super, super important for me to have that 100% belief in the products. And I really dove into the science. You guys, I talked about oxidative stress tonight. One place that we like to go as medical professionals to really research something and know that something is validated is the National Library of Medicine, okay? The National Institute of Health. This is pubmed.gov, and that's where I went. You know, I went to PubMed, and I looked at these studies because they were talking about, at the time, I think there were maybe 23 peer-reviewed studies. And now there are, what, 26 that are published? I mean, I was just amazed, because nutraceuticals or supplements and things like that, they don't typically have the science to back it up. So being a medical professional, that was huge to me. If you go to PubMed.gov and you put in Protandim, you are going to see the published studies. And these studies, many of these, they were not funded by us, right? Harvard, Ohio State, LSU, Virginia Commonwealth. You know, they're in magazines, TV shows, so much that added to the validity of the product. So that was check mark number 2 for me. 100% belief in what it was doing for me and my family. 100% belief that if I sat down with another medical professional and the people I loved and cared about, that I could say, here you go, here's the validity, okay? This is saying that it does what it says it does. That is huge for me.
Yeah, and talk about the patents too. It took me a couple of weeks. I got validation from the Mayo Clinic doctors, because what I had a hard time trying to understand was how this world-renowned scientist, patent turmeric, right? One of our ingredients. He didn't invent it. So I had to go to the Mayo Clinic, and they are the ones that sat me down. And this particular studies in the Free Radical Biology and Medicine, a very powerful journal on the synergy of all 5 of those ingredients that changes the chemistry. And folks, as Deb mentioned earlier, she said in medical terms, that's 1,800% more powerful than taking them at a time. So how unusual is it to have patents on dietary supplements?
It's so unusual, and that's what I was saying. That's what I looked at. I mean, I'd heard of those ingredients. I was already taking turmeric and milk thistle and green tea, but we are the only company that has the patent on not the separate ingredients, but the synergy of them together. Protandim NRF2, nobody else in the world has that. That was another check on there. We have 7 U.S. patents, right? 6 international. That is so impressive. You don't typically see the science behind nutraceuticals. So we have the support there, and it's pretty incredible. That was another check on my list for me.
This is something I'd like to share with everyone tonight, and it just popped in my head. I want everyone to understand, and hopefully you have watched the ABC Primetime Investigative Report that was done in 2005. And typically that's the first video that I would send someone who's looking into this opportunity, or even from a product standpoint. And someone might be thinking, well, why 2005, Dave? My goodness, that's 14 years ago. But it's the beginning of the company's story. And I was lucky enough to have Dr. McCord himself come to Jacksonville. And back when I started, I wanted to integrate Protandim into the culture of the companies I was developing wellness programs for, to help reduce the cost of healthcare. So I was able to spend all day with Dr. McCord. And this is the question that I asked him that I'll never forget as long as I live. I go, Dr. McCord, with all the plants in the world, all the phytonutrients in the world, how did you come up with those 5? We're sitting on a deck of a 100-foot yacht going down the St. Johns River. It's stuck in time. I'll never forget this. And he looks at me, and the guy's 70-some years old. He's not a salesperson. I mean, actually, he smelled like mothballs. Okay, he was a scientist. All right, and he looks at me. He goes, Gabe, it was a God thing. He goes, it was just meant to be. He goes, it's like trying to find one needle in 3 haystacks. I'm not sure if I could do it again. So folks, that's what we have. And I'll never forget that statement that he said to me. And if you really think about this, Deb, the ABC Primetime News piece came out in 2005. This is 2019, and the science hasn't been duplicated. Think about what he has been able to achieve. So the formulator, folks, Dr. Joe McCord, he is the only living recipient of what used to be called the Elliott Crescent Award. It's called the Ben Franklin Award. He's in the same company as Madame and Pierre Curie, Alexander Graham Bell, Henry Ford, Orville Wright, just to name a few. So these incredible scientists, these incredible inventors, you really have to change the course of humanity to be able to be a recipient of this award. And that's who we have on our team. We don't have a couple of doctors with their thumbs up agreeing with the science. Folks, we got the man who created the science on our team. And those are some little tidbits that I want all of you to really understand how lucky we are, because we actually have something we wasn't supposed to have. When this company started back in 2003, it was a biotech company. In 2005, we could all buy this product in a GNC store, but it failed in the retail world. The science was too complicated. And when they took it out of the retail world and put it into what Deb and I are doing with all of you tonight, word of mouth, telling stories, from 2003 to 2009, the company never exceeded 3 million in sales. Stock dropped all the way to 7 cents. The company was about to go belly up. And when they made the switch, just in a few years, we went from 3 million in sales to 200 million in sales. Just by what Deb and I are doing tonight. So what I love, Deb, about this opportunity and about this company, not only because it's publicly traded, but we have something we wasn't supposed to have. And Dr. McCord spent 40 years in the lab trying to figure out how to reduce. Well, back then it was free radical damage. Today it's what you said, it's oxidative stress. So I find that absolutely fascinating. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and share a screen, and what I'll do, Deb, we'll kind of talk about, how to get started with LifeVantage. And we'll talk about timing. How's that?
Perfect. I'm a huge advocate of timing and really listening in to, where you are being led, because honestly, you guys, if I didn't listen into where I was being led a year ago, I would have missed out on the best opportunity of my life. LifeVantage has brought so much into my life, Gabe. I know you've seen this transformation, over the past year with me, but I just like to say that timing is critical. And this is an incredible time to be part of this company. I am thankful that I am here now, and I'm thankful that I listened to this a year ago, because none of this would have happened. I've had so many things happen this past year that have been a gift, a huge gift for my family. Like Gabe said, we have 2 children. One is in her 2nd year of vet school. One is a senior in college. And you know what, guys? I have worked 28 years, tons and tons of time away from my children. And what this opportunity has brought to me, the timing in this, is more time freedom. The money is amazing. And Mike and I were not real money people, although it really does help. I mean, it's been a gift to help pay for my children's college, to be able to take some time off of work, because I know I could afford to pay bills with this residual income. I could just go on, but I'm going to let you talk about the timing, but it is super, super important.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm looking at the time too, and it's already 9:43, and I want to respect everyone's time tonight. So maybe I'm just going to talk about timing. And then as far as the compensation, just get with the person who invited you on this webinar, and they'll walk you through. There's 8 different ways of being paid. It's very simple to get started, very inexpensive to get started. But I think what's really important, I think everyone has heard the term ground floor opportunity. I've heard that my entire career, but not until I got involved in this industry did I look up the definition. And this is what the definition, folks, of ground floor opportunity is. And this is for LifeVantage. This is not for the industry. It's when LifeVantage has 125,000 distributors in this country. And right now we have way less than half of that. So, some of you might be thinking, well, Gabe's been involved for 10 years. He's at the top of the company. I'm late to the party. Folks, see right here, the insignia of LifeVantage. We're still in the beginning phases, the infancy stages of this company. We're looking around 45, 50,000 distributors worldwide. Think of a city in the United States that has about 45,000 people in it. And that means the rest of the country has 0 distributors. Do you see what I'm saying? Nobody knows what nutrigenomics is. Nobody's ever heard the activation of pathways, or biohacking the aging code on what Deb educated us on tonight. So think about Microsoft, all right? And I might be aging myself, but back in the mid-70s, 77, 78, and 79, if we invested $1,000, by the way, Microsoft, it was exactly where we are today, all right? If we invested $1,000 in that company in 77, 78, or 79, today we're worth millions and millions and millions, right? Everybody saw a long-haired hippie guy, working out of a garage, and most people didn't understand the enormity of what he was onto. And most of you might not understand the enormity of what Deb just taught us tonight. But timing is everything. So right now, we are in the infancy stage. Now, where this little purple star is right here, that's the second stage. In traditional business, it's called branding. In our industry, it's called critical mass. So the definition of critical mass is when LifeVantage or any other company in network marketing is doing 600 million in revenues. Right now, folks, we're just under $250 million. So you have a lot of time from now to critical mass to build your business. So in other words, if you have 100 people in your network and we hit critical mass, it grows threefold. So the 100 goes to 300. That's the uptick that you're seeing right here. Now, momentum, that's the holy grail. 80% of market share, money is in momentum, right? Where Microsoft is today is in the stabilization phase, right? So in other words, if you invested $1,000 in Microsoft back in 77, 78, or 79, you hit millions and millions in the momentum phase, right? And now it's growing at 2 to 4%. So if you're going to get involved in network marketing, I love what Warren Buffett says. He says, if you're going to get involved before the wave, not during the wave, and certainly not after the wave. And that's exactly where we are right now, folks. So timing is everything. So right now, what we are looking for, we're looking for someone like you that has the right list of ingredients. And I'm talking about credibility. I'm talking about integrity. I'm talking about people that have a large circle of influence, people that know how to build a business, because what we're doing is we're laying down the foundation on what's about to happen in this country in the next few years. And in the next few years, every household will know what nutrigenomics is, biohacking the aging code, the activation of pathways. And unfortunately, most of it will not come from us because our platform just won't be big enough. Unfortunately, it will be coming from the pharmaceutical world, right? Because when you're sitting down watching TV today, who has the most commercials today? It's not the car commercials anymore. It's the drug commercials. And when people start to see NRF2 activation, and right now there's one synthetic NRF2, but when there's 5, 6, 7, people will be doing some research, and most people, if not all people, would much rather put something in their body that's all natural, that doesn't wreak havoc on your organs or there's any drug-on-drug interactions. And that's precisely what our products do, okay? Because it's not a pharmaceutical, it's a nutraceutical. And the reason for a lot of growth in this industry is because of what Deb and I are doing right now. It's the It's the advent of the internet. She's in Georgia, I'm in Florida, and we have people all over this country, and we're able to build a network from the confines of our own home. Look, since 2011, this industry is growing by multiple billions with a B. In 2011, it was 158 billion. I don't have 18 up there yet, but it was just right at 200 billion. To kind of give you an idea, the NFL, since football season just started, the NFL is a $7 billion a year industry, and we're a 200 billion. So what's fascinating is when I started with this company, we were just in one country. We're in the United States with one product, and we're doing 3 million a year. Today, 10 years later, we're in 23 countries. We're doing just under $250 million a year, and we have 18 products. And what's so exciting, and this is what Deb was talking about, is we are projected to be in over 100 markets. So folks, there's nowhere to go but grow. So what I was taught 10 years ago, to have a strong foundation, a successful business, find people like Deb Zito. Go to people that you look up to, that are ahead of you professionally. And that's all I did. This is my first time involved in this industry. This is Deb's first time. And we are literally, considered the top income earners, in the industry. And this is our first time. And it's because of category creating products. So with that said, I want to respect everyone's time. I'm already 6 minutes beyond what we're supposed to be, but really, really important. Get with the person that invited you to this webinar and thank them because they thought enough of you. You had the right list of ingredients that I was just talking about. And they'll be able to walk you through, how incredible this business model is. And the reason why I was able to walk away from a 30+ year career in 22 months is because today I'm not trading time for money anymore. I've leveraged, it's called passive income, doing something one time and getting paid again and again and again. They'll explain all that to you. So with that said, Deb, thank you so much for your expertise, for your time tonight. I can listen to you all night long. I am so thankful that you had such an incredible team that was able to go with you to Ireland. That just speaks major volumes of how incredible of a leader that you are, to have a great team to be able to experience those kind of trips. So congratulations for everything that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabe. I just, what, I love you guys. It's such a joy, really, being on this with you tonight. But speaking of the trip, what I realized when I was there? I was overwhelmed, as I am on every single LifeVantage trip that I go on. I mean, literally emotionally overwhelmed, because what I felt when I was there was, I want everybody to experience what Mike and I and the girls have experienced this past year, that all things are possible. So I thank you, LifeVantage. Thank you, Gabe, again for having me on tonight, and to the best of health for everyone.
Thank you so much. And folks, thank you for being on tonight. And this will be recorded. It will be on our website in a day or two. Our website is connectandimpact.today. And you can watch it over and over and over, as well as our other Monday night webinars that's in our archives. We will see you back next Monday night at 9 p.m., same meeting ID number, live with another guest. So with that said, this is Gabe Pearson and Deb Zito. Have a great evening tonight, and thank you so much for being on. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.